Hello everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new, welcome. So happy you're here. I am very excited to start this holiday card series with you. I have lots of videos planned with lots of fun. First up, we are going to be talking about how to make the simplest but coolest cards, and we're going to dive into that in just a second. You don't need dies, you need very minimal supplies, so I thought that was a good way to start this series. But first, I want to invite you to the holiday card class event that we are hosting on December 6th. Kickoff starts at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We have 5 live classes throughout the day. Our guest teachers this year joining us are Juliana Michaels, Marisha Dean, Tiffany Solario, and my daughter Adia. We are going to have so much fun. Lots in store planned. And then we're going to end the night with a giveaway party where we have 50 prizes to share. And you get to choose what you want to win. So you'll get all that information once you register. So click this QR code or the link in the description. And we hope to see you there. All right, let's get into the fun. So all you need for this is some tape. You can use masking tape, whatever you got. I am actually going to mask this on a piece of masking paper. So I made a triangle with the tape, but then I can move the tape off, and you can do the tape directly on your card panel, so keep that in mind. But I chose to use masking paper because I'm going to be reusing it over and over, and I thought that was just a lot faster than doing the tape. So I'm just going to cut this out. Again, for these cards, you don't need any dies for this. I'm just going to cut out a triangle. I was inspired by a couple videos I saw while I was sifting through Pinterest, and it kind of got my juices flowing of how many different ways you can make a similar card. So if you don't have one of these ways, let's say you don't have ink pads, but you have sprays, well, I got you covered. So I'm going to pull this off the masking paper. Now, I use rock, paper, scissors removable sticker sheets or Avery removable labels. Both work beautifully and are a lot more affordable than some of the craft branded masking paper. All that stuff will be linked in the description if you're interested. Okay, so just by using this lighter green and darker green, I get that really fun shading look. And I'm going to be very careful to remove my masking paper here so I can reuse it. Once I get that off, we're going to put that aside because we're actually going to go through and make all of the backgrounds first, and then we'll put their little trunks on, and then we were going to embellish because, quite honestly, that is really what ties all the cards together. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm making squigglies, just squigglies with some markers. I have a light green and a dark green, and I made some squigglies. That is it. That's how fast this background came together. Okay, so now we have our triangle tree with squigglies. That one's cute. It's not my favorite, though. It's cute, but it's not my favorite. Stay tuned. Okay, next one is going to be with sprays. Now, I actually took the release paper from my masking paper here so that I can use that, and I can just kind of clean that up. You don't have to, whatever you want to use here, but I didn't feel like I had to seal it down because it sprays. Once I removed that, there we go, that's done. That was the quickest, I would say, that I had to do. And then the next one, this is actually my favorite. So this is Spruce Sprigs. It's a stamp set that gets virtually no love in my stash, but I thought this holiday season I'm going to pull it out. And it has these branches that look exactly like pine trees. So what I'm going to do is go through with, again, a light green and a dark green, and I'm going to just stamp all over inside this triangle. So this way I'm going to get a tree that looks like a pine tree. And that was really, really fun to get multiple uses from my stamps, and then to add just another idea of this triangle tree. So I really, really thought that was a lot of fun. Okay, so we get that one off. And now we have, I believe that's, oh no, we're going to make some more. So I have a couple more to show you. So now we have our tree there, looks like pine. It's just like a clean and simple look, which I need more practice with, so this was a great exercise for me. The next one I'm going to go in and just dot. So I've shown you in the past videos where if you don't feel like coloring, you can actually just dot stuff in, you can actually color in that way. And so I am going to make sure that I get up against that line of the triangle. You want to make sure that you are covering with your dot markers all the way around, because if not, it looks like an abstract. You want to make a defined line as much as you can if you're going to do this technique, okay? So just be aware of that. So I go through and I'm pulling out all these colors. Now, these aren't the traditional red and green. I decided to go with more like the teal, purple, pink look for that. And now I have a very distinct triangle. And I think I was done with my masking paper at that time. All right, so now we are good. Let's see what backgrounds that we've made just with making a triangle mask. Very simple. Now I'm just going to go in. I'm going to draw. I know. I'm going to draw in my trunks right here, my tree trunks. I don't need anything special for that. So now that we have all of our backgrounds done, let's do a sentiment, and then we're going to embellish just to add some extra to it. So this is a really beautiful stamp set here with this font. It's very unique. I don't have any other font in my stash like this, so I'm going to use it as sort of a tree topper for all of the cards. So I'm just going to go through and stamp out each and every one of these. Now I keep with the, I believe that's the 𝗥𝗘𝗖𝗢𝗥𝗗𝗜𝗡 ink pad from Catherine Poehler, just that dark deep green for most of them except for the dotted one, because obviously I'm going to change that up. I think I chose like a navy blue for that. But I just add my sentiment very quickly, very simply. I do cut around this, that one right there, the spray. The spray got a little bit on the outside, so I just cut that panel down. So while I'm doing that, how is your holiday card making coming? I admittedly don't usually make holiday cards until November, December. And last year, and then of course this year, I kind of use our holiday event as a way for me to catch up, because you're actually going to walk away with quite a few finished cards. There's not going to be any just backgrounds with our classes. So you're going to be walking away with lots of finished cards, which I think is definitely useful at that time. And I tried to set the class early enough that gives us enough time before things get really crazy with schedules, as well as just more time to have ideas to make more cards. So I'm going to put all of these down on their either panels or their actual card bases. I had a question about how I opened the card from a viewer once and realized I never show me putting them on bases, but they all go on bases. So that was really great question, because I decided I should probably mention that. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to add some embellishments. Now I like to add my tinsel in this zigzag form with pops of color, whether it be the silver glitter, gold glitter. You're going to see a lot of that throughout the series. This one has the gold or silver glitter, but then I add the ornaments were gold. This one right here has the gold glitter tinsel with red ornaments, which I think is such a fun pop right off the front of that. And then this one is the just the gold glitter. So I left one very plain, very clean and simple, but I really had so much fun just finishing those off. And honestly, just make sure you don't put your thumb in them. That's it. That's the only advice I have for that. Let that be the last step you do, so that you are not putting elbows, sleeves, fingers into your projects. So that will finish us off with all of these cards. I hope this was a great way to kick off this short series here with you. I'm very excited to show you some more of the creations that I have coming your way. There's a lot of trees, so buckle up. There's a lot of Christmas trees coming your way. Anyway, I hope we see you in our event on December 6th. And I did want to mention too, if funds are tight and you are in need of community, please reach out to me directly. I'll put my email down there as well, because we don't want costs to be a barrier. So we want to see how we can be helpful. We will see you at the event or in the comments down below or in the next video. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.